Good evening. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hi. So first off, let me just say, turns out that after my last reading stream, I accidentally left my ASMR mic on because it has a switch on the back that lets me turn it off, on and off. And I accidentally left it on, so it ran out of battery. And it is currently 2 AM. And my room is full of stuff from my dad's house. There was no way I could find my batteries in 15 minutes that quickly. Though unfortunately I am using just a regular mic. Well, let me know if there's any sound issues with it. Let me know if the balance is incorrect. Ugh. Compensate by getting way too close. This is actually already closer than I normally sit to my mic during my regular streams, because I'm talking more quietly. But yeah, hello Pluvium, hello Circuit, hello Hugs, hello Bob, hello. Greeting, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I'm very tired. It got about half an hour after I finished the last stream, and I just sat there like, I might have made a mistake. By saying I was gonna do another stream. And now it's fine. I'm just very tired. You're going to have to... I'm not sure I can provide that kind of answer. But yeah, You streamed a lot this week. I did. I really did. The only thing that would make the week complete is if I streamed on the Sunday like I used to stream. But I don't stream on weekends anymore. It's too unpredictable. Streamed that in the last yeah, that's true. Ugh. It was fun though. I need to stop getting brainworms though. I keep on finishing stream and being like, was that okay? Was that correct? Did that go well? There's nothing to suggest it didn't go well, but I feel like something was not right. But I feel like that's just me. That's just me, my brain being like, freak out! Freak out right now! I don't know. I even sat down, I literally sat and re-watched my VOD of Star Wars. I like watched about half of it back through. Like, was it a good stream? Was I actually okay? And other than losing the track of what I was saying every 5 seconds, I think it was fine. My brain doesn't work. Really top tier VOD and all. Really? I had fun that stream. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I talked about a lot of stuff that was. While I don't know a lot about stars, I feel like I managed to talk pretty well, and I was sufficiently unhinged, sufficiently encouraging violence. I even made a couple of clips out of it, because I was like, yes, violence. Do you not notice a loud beeping sound every 2 minutes? Circuit, I think you might want to get tested for tinnitus. Sorry to let you know this way. Has there ever been a period stream I didn't like? I mean, I can't tell you that. I've had streams where I finished stream and I was like, oh no, that was really bad. Aside from the extended pre-Zatsu and early ending, so I got kind of scared. I'm sorry. Blame my nightmare. I had a nightmare, so I started late. If I hadn't started late, then it would have ended on time. But I can only stream like really past 10 on certain nights because I have obviously family members. Sorry, me too. No, any clips is good. Any clips is good. I always appreciate. No. By the way, Hugs. What was with that? What was with that one clip at the end of that one stream where I was talking about who I wanted to do a duet with? Hmm? What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that clip? Hmm? Why is that there? Hmm? Just wondering. Just a innocent question. Hmm? I wouldn't send that. Okay. I was worried. I was like, oh no. I think having in the ether, like maybe get shouted out. I don't think Nyaru does the clip shoutouts. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to make a feedback form at the end of every stream. Please, at the end of every stream, please write a short sentence on how you felt about the stream and its contents and rate it out of 10. Onegaishimasu. I'd love to say, yeah, no, get some sleep. Thanks for popping in. Right, get some rest. Good night. Yasumi. Maybe. They might go, ooh, I want to duet with Piri, and eventually Nyaru will have no... the Piri duetting game? 10 out of 10. Yeah, but the thing is, having some kind of like anonymous feedback would let people at least be able to go like, oh, I didn't like it when you talked about this subject this stream, or something like that. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes some of the subjects that come up during stream are like, I don't know how people feel about them, because sometimes I feel like people stay silent just because they don't have anything to say on a topic, and then other times I feel like people don't say anything because they're like, what? This topic is kind of, what the hell? Why are they talking about this? What happened to your confession streams? I stopped getting confessions. I didn't get so they just ran out. I guess everyone ran out of things to confess. So I'm not gonna push people to confess things. I don't know if I'd start doing them again if I started getting sorry. Yeah, I don't know if I'd restart them. if I started getting them again. Insomniacs are finally free of sin. Yeah, good job, Insomniacs. You did it. Although I think that was still the era of Chit Cats. Oh no! Chit Cats admitted their sins and then they died and were replaced by the Insomniac. The law comes out. Oh no. We finally discovered what happened. Unironically good law. They died for our sins. No! Oh my god, we've it's like Higurashi where they have the cotton balls and they float them down the river. It's like that, but I'm floating in Chit Cats down the river. This is so sad. But yeah, no. I don't know how I could set up like an anonymous feedback box like that. Like obviously I could ask for it through Curious Cat, but I feel like that's not really a good layout for it. And I can't really build it. Like it'd be a really simple website to make, but I still don't have the ability to make that kind of website. Like that's still out of my abilities and I would have to buy a domain. What happened to forcing all your viewers to use Tumblr? I'm gonna... Well, they actually made it so to send anonymous asks, you need an account nowadays, I think. They changed it about a year ago. So yeah, you can't... I don't think you can send anonymous asks without an account anymore. So sadly, that isn't perfect either. Because I would never force anyone to make an account on something that they didn't want to make an account on. Ugh. Sorry, I'm sitting like kind of awkwardly. How are we? I'm sleepy. I'm probably not going to be able to sleep though. But since I'm not streaming the next few days, I'll be able to probably take one of my sleeping pills tomorrow. See if I can get a bit of an earlier night. Yeah, Havoc made fun of me the other day. Havoc was like, you haven't uploaded anything on your YouTube channel for 2 weeks. I was like, bruh. Yes, thank you. I've been asleep. Sorry. Question mark. It seems so nice though. Don't you see that the eyes literally evil? They're literally evil. No, it's just Bants. It's just Bants. Me and Havoc, we poke at each other. That's what happens after however many years, 11 years. Havoc is Sunsun for Puri, new dynamic to the ship. Havoc is not Sundere. If you want to be canonical lore-wise, Havoc prefers Malady. Havoc wants Malady back because they used to cause problems. They used to cause problems together. But now obviously Malady is gone, so. When will we get a new idol stream to see all your singing progress? Once I finished the four lessons. I want to get those 4 lessons finished and then do a singing stream. So far I've had 2. I've had 2 lessons. My next lesson is on Monday. How does the say-so elf end up the victim of a deranged cat girl? Well, you see, don't know how many years ago it was now, but there was this tree, okay? There was a tree with fruit on it. And an elf, Faye, thought it would be a really good idea to make a funny joke about offering one of these fruits that got some people in trouble to another entity. That's how. Shouldn't have offered me the fruit. I don't even like fruit. Fucking hate fruit. Don't offer me fruit. Confirm your law is the Bible? No, because that would imply I'm Adam or Eve. So Havoc is Satan. No. It's more complicated. That lines up though. Havoc is not in the Bible. Neither am I. I can confirm that for absolute certain. Since you keep saying you come into being with humanity, I wasn't in the Garden of Eden. I've never been to the Garden of Eden, I don't think. Sorry. Therefore you are either Adam or Eve or Lilith. Yeah, no, sorry. Haven't I said I'm not human? Or a demon. I guess, well, no, all of those were humans, so... Yeah, all of them were humans. Whatever your position on what Lilith became. Anyway. Stop guessing my lore! I make one joke! And suddenly you're all like... I'm Sherlock. I fucking know everything. Shaking my head. Hello, Smartcord. Good day. What time is it? Yeah, good day. 2 AM. Okay, I want to pass out. I'm sorry you found out that everyone knew where you were to leave. It's okay. It's okay. Angels or humans are the only things in Judeo-Christian mythology. I just told you I'm not in the Bible. I'm literally not in the Bible. Or the Torah. Or the Quran. Or any other scriptures. Sorry. I do not feature. They never talk about me. I am present, but I'm not in any of them. You did bring up the Garden of Eden. I said I've never been. I said I've never been to the Garden of Eden. I don't even know where that shit is. But the Book of Fury, yeah, I'm in the Book of Fury. I'm in this book. This book right here. I'm in this book. Hello, Raina. Are you in the Hololive Bible? I wish I was in the Hololive Bible. I deserve... No, I don't. Purity, I have a question. Are we revealing my lore again? What is your question? Purity's sounds a lot like 1984. This is a nice looking tomb. Thank you. Tome. Oh, tomb. That's a place where they keep dead people. That's a different thing. Yeah, thank you. It was made by, I forgot. It was made by Hoshi. It was made by Hoshi. Hoshi spelt with a Z. Yeah, H-O-Z-S-H-I. My question is, what if we're all in a black hole right now? What about it? I mean, would it change anything if we were? Yeah, what would be... Nothing would be different. Because that's how we always have been if we are in a black hole right now. Because nothing has changed. Where you go 131 on the... Sorry. I feel kind of embarrassed about that now. I feel kind of silly about that now. I needed to take the test because I couldn't accept slander. I couldn't accept people I couldn't accept anyone thinking that I might be below 100. But I really wasn't expecting to get that. It's embarrassing. Holographic theory. Book. Theories aside. IQ aside. Me wanting to really just like face plant right into my mic and sleep. I've accepted that you're better. No, I'm not. I'm a weird NEET. No, well, half kind of a NEET. I'm a part-time NEET. Who's also British. Who's also just kind of... No, I'm not talking about my own debuffs. I don't want to. That's depressing. Did you talk about your job? I was a NEET for years, okay? I was a NEET for so many years. You don't take those years of experience from me, okay? You're NEET-ish, yeah. I don't have a job most of the time. Yeah, I was still a NEET for years, and I was still really hikikomori for a long time because I would not go outside. I still don't like going outside. He's still not getting me outside. I don't. I'm recovering. I'm a NEET in recovery. Touched grass? Yeah, I got a job. What's your record of not leaving the house at all? Oh god. Maybe like 7 months of like not even like leaving to go to like the shop or anything. The thing is, my mum doesn't like it when I stay indoors all the time. So my mum like makes me go outside sometimes. So yeah, I'd say 7 months is the longest I spent without even slightly going outdoors. 7 months too. Hey! Wow, we both are not good at going outside. Let's go. You're a hikikomori that loves it. Yeah, who knows? Who knows how that works? I need to just be in a little box and get shipped across the world in various places. I think the recovery arc is cool. Yeah. It's kind of complicated to... I have complicated feelings about it. Because, like, I want to be a normal person. But I also feel like it's very easy for me to potentially be like, oh, wow! I'm all better now. It's all gonna be okay now. And then, like, accidentally just going over the edge too far, and then like ending up back like way where I started. I don't think I'll ever be like a completely like normal functional member of society, but to become too normal, no, I won't. I don't think I could. I think I am. I think I'm too, I think I went a little bit too far gone for that. I don't think I've ever been a normal member of society, even growing up. Too ostracized by my peers. Improvement is good though. Even if it's just a little improvement. Improvement is good. Anyway, let's read. Let's read book. We're currently about halfway through. I think we're nearly halfway through 1984 now. We are on book 2. I think that's how they refer to it. Part 2. We're on part 2 of 1984. And there's 3 parts. We'll get there. Look at this creepy music. This isn't dark piano, this is like kind of string instrument. Sorry, I'm just... Oh, there we go, there's the piano. Drama at the park music? What? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna read. Because now 25 minutes into stream and I haven't started reading. Let me open up Twitch so I can see Twitch chat just in case anyone is shadow banned by YouTube. Okay, so please let me know if I need to adjust the volume at any time. Obviously, I am using a different mic than I usually do for my reading streams. So if there are any issues, please, like, even peaking or anything like that, please do tell me. In the meantime, if you need to go, get some sleep, get some rest, please do. I do not have redirects on YouTube, so you will not be redirected to anyone else and woken up if you do happen to fall asleep. If you need something to eat, please do. If you need something to drink, please do your best. Do your best. Do so. Sorry, I thought ahead of myself. If you are studying or at work right now, please do your best, and I hope it goes with as little stress as possible. Even when Furious stream for 6 hours, the yearn Zatsu, I do. I just don't. I hate shutting up. Hate. What do you mean I can't talk? What do you mean I have to shut up? Never. Anyway. We will read. Anything you say during chat I will respond to at the end of the chapter, so feel free to keep on talking if you wish. And I will just catch up after. Chapter 4. Winston looked around the shabby little room above Mr. Charrington's shop. Beside the window, the enormous bed was made up with ragged blankets and a coverless bolster. The old-fashioned clock with the 12-hour face was ticking away on the mantelpiece. In the corner, on the Gates leg table, the glass paperweight, which he had bought on his last visit, gleamed softly out of the half-darkness. In the fender was a battered tin oil stove, a saucepan, and 2 cups, provided by Mr. Charrington. Winston lit the burner and set a pan of water to boil. He had bought an envelope full of Victory coffee and some saccharine tablets. The clock's hands said 7:20. It was 19:20 really. She was coming at 19:30. Folly, folly, his heart kept saying. Conscious, gratuitous, suicidal folly. Of all the crimes that a party member could commit, this one was the least possible to conceal. Actually, the idea had first floated into his head in the form of a vision in the glass paperweight, mirrored by the surface of the gate-leg table. As he had foreseen, Mr. Charrington had made no difficulty about letting the room. He was obviously glad of the few dollars that it would bring him. Nor did he seem shocked or become offensively knowing when it was made clear that Winston wanted the room for the purpose of a love affair. Instead, he looked into the middle distance and spoke in generalities, with so delicate an air as to give the impression that he had become partly invisible. Privacy, he said, was a very valuable thing. Everyone wanted a place where they could be alone occasionally. And when they had such a place, it was only common courtesy in anyone else who knew of it to keep his knowledge to himself. He even, seeming almost to fade out of existence as he did so, added that there were 2 entries to the house, one of them through the backyard, which gave on an alley. Under the window, somebody was singing. Winston peeped out, secure in the protection of the muslin curtain. Muslin? The June sun was still high in the sky, and the sun-filled court below, a monstrous woman, solid as a Norman pillar, with brawny red forearms and a sacking apron strapped about her middle, was stumping to and fro between a washtub and a clothesline, pegging out a series of square white things which Winston recognized as babies' diapers. Whenever her mouth was not corked with clothes pegs, she was singing in a powerful contralto. It was only an hopeless fancy. It passed like an April dye. But a look and a word and the dreams they stirred, they have stolen my heart awry. The tune had been haunting London for weeks past. It was one of countless similar songs published for the benefit of the proles by a subsection of the music department. The words of these songs were composed without any human intervention whatever on an instrument known as a versificator, but the woman sang so tunefully as to turn the dreadful rubbish into an almost pleasant sound. He could hear the woman singing, and the scrape of her shoes on the flagstones, and the cries of the children in the street, and somewhere in the far distance, a faint roar of traffic. And yet the room seemed curiously silent, thanks to the absence of a telescreen. Folly, 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 he thought again. It was inconceivable that they could frequent this place for more than a few weeks without being caught. But the temptation of having a hiding place that was truly their own, indoors and near at hand, had been too much for the both of them. For some time after their visit to the church belfry, it had been impossible to arrange meetings. Working hours had been drastically increased in anticipation of Hate Week. It was more than a month distant, but the enormous, complex preparations that entailed were throwing extra work onto everybody. Finally, both of them managed to secure a free afternoon on the same day. They had agreed to go back to the clearing in the wood. On the evening beforehand, they met briefly in the street. As usual, Winston hardly looked at Julia as they drifted towards one another in the crowd, but from the short glance he gave her, it seemed to him that she was paler than usual. "It's all off," she murmured as soon as she judged it safe to speak. "Tomorrow, I mean." "What?" "Tomorrow afternoon. I can't come." "Why not?" "Oh, the usual reason. It started early this time." For a moment he was violently angry. During the month that he had known her, the nature of his desire for her had changed. At the beginning there had been little true sensuality in it. Their first love-making had simply been an act of will. But after the second time it was different. The smell of her hair, the taste of her mouth, the feeling of her skin seemed to have got inside him, or into the air all around him. She had become a physical necessity, something that he not only wanted, but felt he had the right to. When she said that she could not come, he had the feeling that she was cheating him. But just at this moment, the crowd pressed them together, and their hands accidentally met. She gave the tips of his fingers a quick squeeze that seemed to invite, not desire, but affection. It struck him that when one lived with a woman, this particular disappointment must be a normal, reoccurring event, and a deep tenderness, such as he had not felt for her before, suddenly took hold of him. He wished that they were a married couple of 10 years standing. He wished that they were walking through the streets with her just as they were doing now, but openly and without fear, talking of trivialities and buying odds and ends for the household. He wished above all that they had some place where they could be alone together, without feeling the obligation to make love every time they met. It was not actually at that moment, but at some time on the following day, that the idea of renting Mr. Charrington's room had occurred to him. When he suggested it to Julia, she had agreed with unexpected readiness. Both of them knew that it was lunacy. It was as though they were intentionally stepping nearer to their graves. As he sat waiting on the edge of the bed, he thought again of the cellars of the Ministry of Love. It was curious how that predestined horror moved in and out of one's consciousness. There it lay, fixed in future time, preceding death, as surely as 99 precedes 100. One could not avoid it, but one could perhaps postpone it. And yet instead, every now and again, by a conscious, willful act, one chose to shorten the interval before it happened. At this moment, there was a quick step on the stairs. Julia burst into the room. She was carrying a tool bag of coarse brown canvas, such as he had sometimes seen her carrying to and fro at the ministry. He started forward to take her in his arms, but she disengaged herself rather hurriedly, partly because she was still holding the tool bag. "Half a second," she said. "Just let me show you what I've bought. Did you bring some of that filthy Victory coffee? I thought you would. You can chuck it away again, because we shan't be needing it. Look here." She fell on her knees, threw open her bag, and tumbled out some spanners and a screwdriver that filled the top part of it. Underneath was a number of neat paper packages. The first packet that she handed to Winston had a strange, yet vaguely familiar feeling. It was filled with some kind of heavy, sand-like stuff, which yielded wherever you touch it. "Isn't it sugar?" he said. "Real sugar, not saccharine sugar. And here's a loaf of bread, proper white bread, not our bloody stuff, and a little pot of jam, and here's a tin of milk. But look, this is the one I'm really proud of. I had to wrap a bit of sacking round it, 'cause..." But she did not need to tell him why she had wrapped it up. The smell was already filling the room. A rich, hot smell which seemed like an emanation from his early childhood, but which one did occasionally meet with even now, blowing down a passageway before a door slammed, or diffusing itself mysteriously in a crowded street, sniffed for an instant, and then lost again. "It's coffee," he murmured. "Real coffee. It's inner party coffee. There's a whole kilo here," she said. "How did you manage to get a hold of all these things?" "It's all inner party stuff. There's nothing those swine don't have. Nothing. But of course waiters and servants and people pinch things, and look, I got a little packet of tea as well." Winston had squatted down beside her. He tore open a corner of the packet. "It's real tea, not blackberry leaves. There's been a lot of tea about lately. They've captured India or something," she said vaguely. "But listen, dear, I want you to turn your back on me for 3 minutes. Go on and sit on the other side of the bed. Don't go too near the window, and don't turn around till I tell you." Winston gazed abstractly through the muslin curtain. Down in the yard, the red-armed woman was still marching to and fro between the washtub and the line. She took 2 more pegs out of her mouth and sang with deep feeling. "They say that time heals all things. They say that you can always forget. But the smiles and the tears cross the years. They twist my heartstrings yet." She knew the whole drivelling song by heart, it seemed. Her voice floated upward with the sweet summer air, very tuneful, charged with a sort of happy melancholy. One had the feeling that she would have been perfectly content if the June evening had been endless and the supply of clothes inexhaustible, to remain there for 1,000 years, taking out diapers and singing rubbish. It struck him as a curious fact that he had never heard a member of the party singing alone and spontaneously. It would have seemed slightly unorthodox, a dangerous eccentricity, like talking to oneself. Perhaps it was only when people were somewhere near the starvation level that they had something to sing about. "You can turn around now," said Julia. He turned around, and for a second almost failed to recognize her. What he had actually expected was to see her naked, but she was not naked. The transformation that had happened was much more surprising than that. He had painted her face. She must have slipped into some shop in the Plutarian quarters and bought herself a complete set of makeup materials. Her lips were deeply reddened, her cheeks rouged, her nose powdered. There was even a touch of something under her eyes to make them brighter. It was not very skillfully done, but Winston's standards in such matters were not high. He had never before seen or imagined a woman of the party with cosmetics on her face. The improvement in her appearance was startling. With just a few dabs of colour in the right places, she had become not only much prettier, but overall far more feminine. Her short hair and boyish overalls simply added to the effect. As he took her in his arms, a wave of synthetic violets flooded his nostrils. He remembered the half-darkness of a basement kitchen and the woman's cavernous mouth. It was the very same scent that she had used. But at the moment it did not seem to matter. "Scent too?" he said. "Yes, dear. Scent too. And do you know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to get a hold of a real woman's frock from somewhere and wear it instead of these bloody trousers. I'll wear silk stockings and high-heeled shoes. In this room, I'm going to be a woman, not a party comrade." They flung their clothes off and climbed into the huge mahogany bed. It was the first time that he had stripped himself naked in her presence. Until now, he had been much too ashamed of his pale and meagre body, with the varicose veins standing out on his calves and the discoloured patch over his ankle. There were no sheets, but the blanket they lay on was threadbare and smooth, and the size and springiness of the bed astonished both of them. "Sure to be full of bugs, but who cares?" said Julia. One never saw a double bed nowadays, except in the homes of proles. Winston had occasionally slept in one in his boyhood. Julia had never been in one before, so far as she could remember. Presently they fell asleep for a little while. When Winston woke up, the hands of the clock had crept round to nearly 9. He did not stir, because Julia was sleeping with her head in the crook of his arm. Most of her makeup had transferred itself to his own face or the bolster, but a light stain of rouge still brought out the beauty of her cheekbone. A yellow ray from the sinking sun fell across the foot of the bed and lighted up the fireplace, where the water in the pan was boiling fast. Down in the yard, the woman had stopped singing, but the faint shouts of children floated in from the street. He wondered vaguely whether in the abolished past it had been a normal experience to lie in bed like this, in the cool of a summer evening, a man and a woman with no clothes on, making love when they chose, talking of what they chose, not feeling any compulsion to get up, simply lying there and listening to peaceful sounds outside. Surely there could never have been a time where that seemed ordinary. Julia woke up, rubbed her eyes, and raised herself on her elbow to look at the oil stove. "Half of that water's boiled away," she said. "I'll get up and make some coffee in another moment. We've got an hour. What time did they cut the lights off at your flats?" 23:30. It's 23 at the hostel. We have to get in earlier than that because... Hi, get out, you filthy brute. She suddenly twisted herself over in the bed, seized a shoe from the floor and sent it hurtling into the corner with a boyish jerk of her arm, exactly as he had seen her fling the dictionary at Goldstein that morning in the 2 minutes hate. "What was it?" he said in surprise. "A rat. I saw him stick his beastly nose out of the wainscoting. There's a hole down there. I gave him a good fright anyway." "Rats," murmured Winston. "In this room?" "They're all over the place," said Winston indifferently as she lay down again. "We've even got them in the kitchen at the hostel. Some parts of London are swarming with them. Did you know they attack children? Yes, they do. In some of these streets, a woman daren't leave her baby alone for 2 minutes. The great huge brown ones that do it. And the nasty thing is that the brutes always..." "Don't go on," said Winston, with his eyes tightly shut. "Dearest, you've gone quite pale. What's the matter? Do they make you feel sick?" "Of all the horrors in the world, a rat." She pressed herself against him and wound her limbs round him, as though to reassure him with the warmth of her body. He did not reopen his eyes immediately. For several moments he had the feeling of being back in a nightmare, which had reoccurred from time to time throughout his life. It was always very much the same. He was standing in front of a wall of darkness. And on the other side of it, there was something unendurable, something too dreadful to be faced. In the dream, his deepest feeling was always one of self-deception, because he did in fact know what was behind the wall of darkness. With a deadly effort, like wrenching a piece out of his own brain, he could have even dragged the thing into the open. He always woke up without discovering what it was, but somehow it was connected with what Julia had been saying when he cut her short. "I'm sorry," he said. "It's nothing. I don't like brats, that's all." "Don't worry, dear. We're not going to have the filthy brutes in here. I'll stuff the hole with a bit of sacking before we go. And next time we come here, I'll bring some plaster and bung it up properly." Already, the black instant of panic was half forgotten. Feeling slightly ashamed of himself, he sat up against the bed head. Julia got out of bed, pulled on her overalls, and made the coffee. The smell that rose from the saucepan was so powerful and exciting that they shut the window, lest anyone outside should notice it and become inquisitive. What was even better than the taste of the coffee was the silky texture given to it by the sugar, a thing Winston had almost forgotten after years of saturnine. With one hand in her pocket and a piece of bread and jam in the other, Julia wandered about the room, glancing indifferently at the bookcase, pointing out the best way of repairing the gate-leg table, plumping herself down in the ragged armchair to see if it was comfortable, and examining the absurd 12-hour clock with a sort of tolerant amusement. He brought the glass paperweight over to the bed to have a look at it in the better light. He took it out of her hand, fascinated, as always, by the soft, rain-watery appearance of the glass. "What is it, do you think?" said Julia. "I don't think it's anything. I mean, I don't think it was ever put to any use. That's what I like about it. It's a little chunk of history that they've forgotten to alter. It's a message from 100 years ago, if one knew how to read it. And that picture over there," she nodded at the engraving on the opposite wall. "Would it be 100 years old? More. 200, I dare say. One can't tell. It's impossible to discover the age of anything nowadays." She went over to look at it. "Here's where that brute stuck his nose out," she said, kicking the wainscoting immediately below the picture. "What is this place? I've seen it before somewhere. It's a church, or at least it used to be. St. Clement Stane, its name was." The fragment of rhyme that Mr. Charrington had taught him came back into his head, and he added half nostalgically, "Oranges and lemons, says the bells of St. Clement's." To his astonishment, she capped the line. "You owe me 3 farthings, says the bells of St. Martin's." "When will you pay me?" says the bells of Old Bailey. I can't remember how it goes on after that. But anyway, I remember that it ends up, "Here comes a candle to light you to bed. Here comes a chopper to chop off your head." It was like the 2 halves of a countersign. There must be another line after the bells of Old Bailey. Perhaps it could be dug out of Mr. Charrington's memory, if he were suitably prompted. "Who taught you that?" he said. "My grandfather. He used to say it to me when I was a little girl. He was vaporized when I was 8. At any rate, he disappeared." "I wonder what a lemon was," she added inconsequentially. "I've seen oranges. They're a kind of round yellow fruit with a thick skin." "I can remember lemons," said Winston. "They were quite common in the 50s. They were so sour that it set your teeth on edge even to smell them." "I bet that picture's got bugs behind it," said Julia. "I'll take it down and give it a good clean someday. Suppose it's almost time we were leaving. I must start washing this paint off. What a bore. I'll get the lipstick off your face afterwards." Winston did not get up for a few minutes more. The room was darkening. He turned over towards the light and lay gazing into the glass paperweight. The inexhaustibly interesting thing was not the fragment of coral, but the interior of the glass itself. There was such a depth of it, and yet it was almost as transparent as air. It was as though the surface of the glass had been the arc of the sky, enclosing a tiny world with its atmosphere complete. He had a feeling that he could get inside it, and that in fact he was inside it, along with the mahogany bed and the gate-leg table, and the clock and the steel engraving and the paperweight itself. The paperweight was the room he was in, and the coral was Julia's life, and his own, fixed in a sort of eternity at the heart of the crystal. Yes, that is not the sort of dialogue that I enjoy reading. I really need to maybe get some book recommendations that do not have any scenes like that. Oh, my eyes kind of hurt. Reading with my normal mic is actually more difficult than reading with my ASMR mic, because my ASMR mic is higher, so I can hold my book up higher. Because I try and keep my head like somewhat level like this, so my tracking still like somewhat works. I know that my eyes tend to shut when I read, but if I actually like lower my head to read, like my tracking starts to like glitch and freak out. So instead, I was just trying to look like out of the very, very bottom of my vision. Pretty lovely. Yeah, it is. It really is. Part 1 was very world building. Part 2 so far is very ugu romance. Winston and Julia sitting in a tree. Kissing. I wonder what part 3 is. There was such a tone change between part 1 and 2 that I'm wondering whether part 3 is also going to have a similar sudden drop in tone. We're about 100 pages, well, 90, we're about 90 pages away from... Was this the last chapter of part 3? No, this was the 4th chapter of part 2. So we're about... There are 10 chapters in part 2, so we're about to hit the halfway point in part 2. As a change in tone, good, because I want a change in tone. I don't like the lovey-dovey romance stuff. I liked the world building. I liked the setting the scene of part 1. I would like a return to it. I do find there is still some very interesting that paperweight. I get the feeling that that's gonna break, or it's gonna get stolen, or something bad is gonna happen to that paperweight. Because like, if I was like writing a paper about this as I was reading it, I feel like there's some kind of like symbolism in that. I mean, it was very blatant in the end of that chapter. The romance stuff is usually so the audience gets invested in the characters. Oh. Yeah, I'm immune to that. My favorite part was holding hands in the crowd, hiding from the telescreens and watching Prisoner of War's being... That was their first real talk. That was their first conversation. Oh no, I'm interested. I don't like this part of the book very much, but I get that it is important. It has its purposes. The story is advancing through this. Part 1 was more like, this is what your normal day is. This is what every day is. Over again. Every day is this. We haven't heard anything about the notebook in a little while. He hasn't been writing in his book. I don't think, unless I forgot. Last paperweight screaming to be shattered by story. It is. Yeah, I'm curious. But one chapter at a time. Also, how do you pronounce the
Saccharine.
saccharine. Wow, I was really messing it up. Saccharine. Saccharine. Okay, I'll say it right next time if I remember. What was the change between part 1 and 2? Meeting Julia? Yeah, it was when she, I think in the first chapter was when she dropped the note in his hand saying with the I love you. I think at the end of part 1 ended with him leaving the shop and then wanting to beat her head in with a pick or something. He wanted to kill her with something. And then yeah, part 2 was he was at work and then she put the note in his hand. I think. Maybe you'd like reading the Dune books. I'm pretty sure I have read Dune when I was a kid. But I don't remember any of it, so it probably does deserve a reread, but that will take forever. Isn't Dune a really long book? I should probably watch the movies at some point. I don't know whether I would want to watch the... I feel like I've seen bits of the old movie. Backroom. Reread Homestuck from the beginning on stream. I wouldn't want to read it by myself. A lot of it's dialogue, so I would want... I'd have to steal the other members of Sio Shalane to read it with me. Dune is really, really good. I believe it. I just don't remember. It's just been too long. It's been too long since I read it. Beta Dune. Totally be down for that. What, for Dune or... Unsure. We still gotta finish. Still gotta finish 1984 first. It takes a while to read one of these books. I feel like sometimes I should do maybe sometimes I should just do reading like off stream, but like record it and then just post like entire videos. I feel like that would only work with shorter books. The later books are those still the ones by him? Is it Frank Herbert? Yeah, Frank Herbert. Oh, be down for Homestuck? I'm not even sure we could. Some of it is interestingly dated. The last two are ones by his son and another writer. Yeah. I know his son started writing Dune stuff. But in my opinion, I only count the ones actually written by him. Care? What? Huh? Huh? Hey? Brian? Brian was the son. Yo! I'm looking at the Waterstones. That's our main book thing. Guys! Guys, there's a Lego Dune Atreides Royal Orthopter. Oh my god, look at this. Where's stream? Look at this. That would take up so much room. That'd be so annoying. Wow. Wait, I didn't realize Waterstones does Lego. What else have they got? 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 The movie is such a cool... Yeah. Although I like all the designs of everything from the game Dune 2000. Show me the complicated Lego sets, please. Show me the very cool ones. Star Wars, Millennium Falcon, R2-D2. I've got a lot of freaking Harry Potter. Star Wars. Ooh. Yo, look at this. Look at this garden. I don't think it'd be very complicated to build. I don't actually know whether I would even want it, but it's cool in concept. But I feel like if I wanted to build something out of Lego, I would want to build like a building. Lego. They have a whole set, right? Real buildings. I don't know what they call that series. Oh yeah, so they got the Notre Dame. They've got London, New York City, Statue of Liberty. Ooh, there we go. Imeji Castle. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Actual buildings. Where would I even put them? I don't have room. Even if I built them, I wouldn't have anything to do with them. Yeah, that's cool. 2,125 pieces. Little castle on a hill. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, look away, look away, look away, look away, look away, look away, look away. Everything that's cute is not puree coded. There are some things that are cute that are very much not puree coded. Not that I really know what counts as puree coded most of the time, but sorry, I'm tired. Like Havoc. Yeah, Havoc is not puree coded. Huh. Okay, anyway. I'm just gonna fall asleep. You're falling asleep? Yeah, that's correct. Correct. I'm just gonna... Yeah, you guys mind if I sleep here? Thanks. Things we think... Okay, no, that's not how it works. Can't wait until Piri travels to Japan. Does a Lego building stream after taking after taking a year's worth of singing lessons. Feel free and do not mind 24-hour sleep stream. I have so many things I want to do. I really need to learn, like, what is most important to me, so that I can actually figure out what I want to do, rather than constantly spending it in a state of constant, oh, I should do this, 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 I should do this. Will deny you mumbling with, you can't, that's not how that works, because I would just be able to see the VOD. Snoring? I don't snore. I don't snore. I do apparently mumble in my sleep, but I don't snore. What do you want to do with your singing lessons? I want to be able to sing more covers. So the focus of what my singing lessons have been so far More karaoke streams, VSing a concert. Yes. I wanna kind of be... I wanna produce enough, like, singing content that I can call myself a V-singer. Like, at the moment, I wanna be an idol, but I don't actually produce that much music-focused stuff. Everything on a wheel and spin it. But yeah, duet with Nina. Oh my god! I mean, that would be an honor, but I couldn't see it happening. Yeah, the focus at the moment for my singing lessons is strengthening my voice. When I sing for you guys, I usually sing if it's not like a low song, I'll go into like my a much lighter voice, and apparently that's not, because that's not how I talk, that's also not how I should sing. I should be singing with the same voice that I talk with, basically. Just to simplify it very, very dramatically. So he's been trying to teach me how to bridge between the voices and have a kind of mixed voice, which is then stronger and able to project better and not have that kind of the thing that I hate most about my voice when I sing is I sound like I'm holding back. Even when I'm not holding back, even when I'm like fully trying to like go for it, I always feel like I sound like I'm... Is that kind of sound like, you know when someone pretends to shout? When they do this, but it's actually... like, I'm not really shouting. I'm just kind of putting the emphasis like I'm shouting. Like, I feel like I have that kind of effect with my singing voice, and I really hate it. So he's been teaching me mostly how to try and do that. You take notes on what he tells you? Yes, so I record the entire lesson. Once I'm done with these first 4 lessons, I'm going to make a transcript of everything. So I'll, with timestamps and stuff and bookmarks, so I'll be able to flick through it easier. But yeah, I record everything. When I recommend you try to sing to your mic or something behind it, that's what I was trying to say. I didn't know what it was. My parents are in the next room shouting. Real. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I do hold back when I'm at home, because obviously I don't want to shout my house down. That would be bad. But there was something very freeing of when I had, in the most recent singing lesson, the song I chose to practice was Through the Glass by Stone Sour, and which is quite a low song to start with anyway. So I felt like it was kind of gonna be quote unquote easy, which actually compared to the song I taught to my first lesson it was. But like he was my teacher was like, okay, do it again but louder. Do it again but louder. And like I eventually got to the point where I felt like I was legitimately like singing at my full volume, and there was something very, very freeing about that. There was something very nice about that. I would say for the Cozy Cat recording booth with AC, oh, that would be mint. That would be, oh, I'd love that. That would be great. Yeah, just like that, Hugs. Just like that clip. I'm looking forward to full power purity. Me too. Me too. I wanna be the best purity that I can be. So yeah, I'm really happy with these singing lessons. I honestly, like, when I did that with that song in my most recent, like, singing lesson, I was so immensely happy. It filled me with so much joy to, like, succeed like that. It was It felt every single it felt so worth it. It felt so worth it. I mean, I knew it was worth it anyway, but it was just monumental to me. It means a lot to me. Anyway, I should finish off for the night because I am very tired. Even if I won't be able to sleep, I'm flagging too much to continue existing at full capacity. This music is weird, I don't like it. Dune TV show? I didn't know there was a TV show. I know they got the new movies. You needed encouragement from a professional to break that wall, the sound barrier? Yeah. You did really well this week. Thank you. Thank you. I knew that when my singing lesson was moved to was scheduled for next week because of the bank holiday, and when my therapy was also moved to the next week because of them having some paid time off. I knew I was gonna be like, okay, I have to do all my stream stuff this week. So the best opportunity for me to do on my stream before we head back to full just only being able to really stream like once a week again. Although I think my therapy is probably gonna come to an end soon, my appointments for that. Actually this entire past week I keep on having to resist the urge to call them up and cancel. I keep on getting filled with the urge to call them like, hey, I don't want to come. Can you just take me off the books? Can I just stop? Thanks. I'm having to resist. Quite severely, actually. It keeps on coming back to me as a thought. The miniseries? I didn't realize there was a TV series for Dune. I guess they're only really the games. Is that good urge or a bad urge? See, I don't know, because, like, on one hand, like, I feel like I'm not really gaining anything from the therapy. Like, it's just, it's CBT, and I've been to CBT several times. And so she's not really telling me anything new. And she's like, oh, you know, we break the cycle by doing things. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I know, that's why I'm trying to do things. Cognitive behavioral therapy, Barry. Honestly. I've been several times, so it's not a fast process. But the thing is, like, all the things she's telling me are just things that I already know and I'm already doing and I'm already slowly working on myself. So it just feels very pointless. It just feels like kind of a waste of me being on the system. She has told me some helpful things. She has given me like helpful. It's not brain related though. She's not like all the things that have been most beneficial for me have been actual like just information. Like, oh, there's a resource for getting diagnosed for this stuff if you do this by talking to your doctor. That was really useful. Oh yeah, so we can have you talk to someone about this one specific government thing. There we go. Da da da. It's really frustrating you're paying to have someone say mostly things. Yeah, I think it's because I've been so many times now. It's because I've had CBT so many times in my life. The info, not the actual therapy info. Not the actual, like, oh, this will help your brain info. Like, the info about how the world works has been the valuable thing for me. Like, all the stuff about the vicious cycle of depression and how we can be aware of our thoughts. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm very aware of my thoughts. Thanks. I think that thing be a waste of this. Thing is, I'll get removed anyway. You're only supposed to have 4 sessions technically, And I think I'm on like 6 now. And you're only supposed to have 8 at a maximum, so I will get discharged from the service regardless. As in the UK, you're not allowed to stay. You gotta go. You spend a maximum of 8 weeks, and then you have to spend 20 weeks with no therapy, and if you need it again, you have to re-refer yourself after 20 weeks. And then you can go through the whole process again with the waiting list of at least like 5 months and blah 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 blah. I love the world. I love the world. It's very functional. Yeah. That's fine. I'm doing better. This is why British people. Yeah. No! I think I'm doing the best I can given my circumstances. And like I was talking about last stream, things have been really good. Things have been really good recently. Obviously, I've got the job now. I'm really happy to be working and doing work for Jagex. It makes me so happy whenever I get to the office, and everyone's really nice. Everyone's like, "Oh, hi Purity, how you doing?" And making sure I get home okay. Because the stream that I helped with, it overran for like half an hour, and so I missed my train back home. But everyone was really nice and was like, "Okay, we're gonna make sure that you do manage to get home, that you do manage to, you know, you get safe." Like one of the people, like I got the message from the person who's like my manager, and they I remember do come up in your sessions. You guys have never come up. I've mentioned I'm a streamer. It's not really the kind of therapist where you like talk about your problems specifically. It's not that kind of thing. Do you feel like streaming helped? Like with my life? Yes. Very much so. I actually don't know where I'd be right now if I didn't start streaming. Also, Sergio, are you behind in chat by any chance? Are you delayed? But yeah, she's really nice. Therapist, she's really nice. She has some kind of neurodivergent stuff, which kind of puts her, like, makes her more understandable to me. I'm a little delayed. No, so cute. No, no, I was just asking because I wasn't sure because of auditory. What? What? Anyway, I'm fine. Things are good. Things are good. Things are improving. I'm doing my best. My brain. Oh, streaming? I'm doing my best. And things are improving. I'm much better than I was. It's ups and downs. Things can never be getting better all of the time. But things have been... If I had to compare myself to where I was 4 years ago, things are brilliant. Things are brilliant now compared to then. Did you fill out this? Yeah, can I get my therapist to do an autism test before I go? Thanks. No, you don't get to pick your therapist in the UK. You just get assigned someone. You can like make preferences. Like you can ask and like, oh, you know, I don't want like a male therapist or like stuff like that. Before, I think most people were in a bad place for you. I wasn't in a bad place because of COVID though. I was just in a bad place because my brain didn't work. Imagine being male. I'm just a cat. When hair treatment is constant filling out the same. Oh yeah, I have to do a questionnaire every week so that they can like track my progress. God. I always forget how I filled it out the last time. And so all my results are just wildly all over the place. Questionnaires are so lame, yeah. I don't have one pending right now, so I can't look at it. How many days of the past week have you felt a sense of hopelessness? Have you been more fidgety over the past week? The people have noticed you being more restless. Have you been eating the normal amount of food in the past 7 days? How has your sleep been in the past 7 days? Yeah, fucking sucks. As always. Stop asking. I've been in my heritage for over a decade. I've never— What? Literally the same exact questions I get. Yeah, they just got the same— they got the same sheet. They're reading— Hey, can I copy your answers? just change it up a little bit. Copy paste. No, I get why they ask them. They need like solid data for like their systems and stuff. It's still a pain in the ass though. Still. I guess it's better than nothing. If it helps someone, then it's a good thing, right? Even if it doesn't help me. That's also the other reason why I kind of want to leave. Like, I kind of want to make it so someone else gets bumped up the waiting list. So it might help someone a little bit better. Once you get to something okay, since we're fighting to consider that. Yeah, I've had that stamped on my file for a while. I don't want to talk too much about like the actual intricacies of what's wrong with my brain, because it's a lot worse than just Manhara stuff. I gotta be honest with you. But the doctors very much liked to deny everything. No, I'm not gonna say it on a YouTube stream because these get archived forever. I've had some interesting encounters with doctors and therapists in my years. I think the personal tracking card has a variant for these. Oh yeah, they do. They do. There's apps for it and everything. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. Wish there was some kind of PuriVod archive. Luvium, you're not really gonna delete that Puri archive, are you? That you said you were gonna delete. Haven't checked recently if it's still there. I hope it's still there. Also, I'm really sorry that it's hard. It might be hard to download the VODs at the moment. I don't know what to do about it. Hope you sleep a little. Yeah, I probably will in the morning. Like in the morning, like after 8 AM. That's fine. I'll just play mobile games until then. But yeah, I will see you guys on— I hope you get some night. Thank you. I'll do my best. Yeah, next stream, probably is gonna be my Thursday art stream again. I don't know when I'm gonna play Valentine's Redeem. I have played Barony before, not on stream, but a new gacha. I haven't got space on my phone for a new gacha. Also, I've got a RuneScape sub at the moment. And the Warcraft sub at the moment. Well, all the time, because my dad pays for it. Got you're a data hoarder? It's not a hoarder, my phone is like years old now. It just accumulates. It's fine, I'm getting a new phone at some point. Because my contract is nearly run out. They RuneScape on your phone sometimes? No, not really. I did for a little bit. But it's kind of a pain. I don't like mobile RuneScape very much. I even tried RuneScape 3 on my mobile. I didn't like that either. Yeah, SRS works pretty well. See, I just feel so limited in the things I can do. RS3s. That was what I tested. I tested that. That was what I literally went to Jagex for. I just want to say, by the way, someone said it when I revealed that I'm doing work for Jagex. Me doing the testing back in 2018 actually had nothing to do with me getting the job. That wasn't even a consideration. That wasn't even they did not remember that it was me. No one there was like, "Oh wow, you were the one from when we test." No one knew that. That was not a factor. That was me. That was you. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it wasn't a factor. It wasn't a factor. They did not remember. None of the same people were involved in the process. It was all my thanks for your insider connections, Pluvium. The graphics and hotbar system don't work well with touchscreens. Ah, I see. I see. You're welcome, by the way. Thanks. Thanks, Pluvium. Anyway, I'm actually going now. I'm actually going now. Music paused. I need to go sleep, or I'm just gonna sit here and be like, wow. You should see the freaking way I'm sitting right now. I'm literally like horizontal. I'm horizontal right now. Vow of silence, nothing now, I promise. They have reverse connections. Ask them about. Oh god, that's a terrifying thing. That's a terrifying thing to say. But yeah, thank you for coming to reading stream. If I do not see you sooner, I will see you on Thursday for Blue. Blue will begin. I promise. But yeah, in the meantime, get something to eat, get something to drink, get some rest, especially if it's late in your time zone. If you are still working, if you are still studying, I hope you get to finish soon. Yeah. Good night. Yasumi. Bye bye bye. That lagged a little bit.